Boulder, Colorado. The snow had just started to melt, but tension still hung in the air like a winter fog. Inside the University of Colorado's athletic complex, Shedeur Sanders sat alone in the quarterback film room, staring at the paused frame of a blitz-heavy USC defense. Not at the screen, through it. Everyone expected him to declare for the NFL draft this year. Why wouldn't he? His numbers were electric, his highlight reels viral, and he had what scouts loved: arm talent, pocket awareness, charisma, and a last name that echoed across generations. But Shedeur Sanders was not just a name. He was a man with something to prove, beyond touchdowns and draft projections, beyond the roar of analysts comparing him to the greats or critics tying him only to his father's legacy. This decision wasn't about money, not entirely. The pressured, "You're a projected top 10 pick," Shedeur said his agent, Lexi Shaw, pacing the floor during a private meeting. "This is generational wealth. You could sign your contract, grab endorsement deals, and still go back to school next summer to finish your degree. Easy." "Lexi," he replied, calmly folding his arms. "I don't make decisions because they're easy." Lexi sighed. "This is the smart play. You're risking injury, you're risking a slide in draft stock, you're risking everything for what? Another college season with a banged-up O-line and a 6-6 record?" He didn't flinch. That was what people saw on paper, a raw deal, an NFL-bound athlete choosing not to leave. But behind the scenes was a quarterback who led from the front, who heard the stories of teammates working second jobs, who knew what another season of Colorado football could mean for a struggling program. And for the city itself, the turning point, the pressure mounted when Coach Prime, his father, Deion Sanders, called a family meeting. "Shedeur," Prime said, hands folded like a pastor on Sunday, "this is your decision, son. I'll support you either way, but understand something. Your platform is powerful. And platforms aren't just for lights. They're for impact." His sister, Shelomi, chimed in from the corner. "But impact doesn't pay NFL checks." Everyone laughed, even Shedeur, but that laugh faded fast. "Why did you come to Colorado, Dad?" he asked, suddenly serious. "To change lives," Coach Prime said without blinking. "Then I know what I'm gonna do," Shedeur replied. The announcement on a chilly January afternoon. Reporters gathered in a packed media room. The rumor mill had churned for weeks. ESPN was ready. Bleacher Report was live. NFL scouts watched with bated breath. Shedeur stepped up to the podium, wearing a sharp gray suit, a CU pin on his lapel, and that trademark calm. "I want to thank everyone who supported me this season. My teammates, my coaches, and the fans who believed in Colorado when no one else did. After careful thought and prayer, I'd decided not to declare for the 2025 NFL Draft. I'll be returning for one more year with the Colorado Buffaloes." The room gasped. A few reporters dropped their pens. Lexi sat in the back, stunned silent. "I know what I'm giving up," he continued. "But I also know what I'm building. Culture, accountability, brotherhood. My story isn't finished here. Not yet." Backlash and support. The internet erupted. Twitter/X. Shedeur Sanders just left millions on the table. Sammy. Respect. That's loyalty you don't see anymore. His dad must have talked him into this mistake. As the noise grew, so did the respect. Teammates rallied. Alumni donated more than ever. Recruits watched in awe. Even NFL players chimed in. That's leadership. Bet on yourself. Patrick Mahomes. Kids got heart. Rare these days. Jalen Hurts, and from Coach Prime. That's my son. But today, he became a man in front of the world. The real reason weeks later, a documentary crew following the Buffs caught a raw moment. Shedeur sat down for a one-on-one. "People think I stayed for attention or because of my dad," he said. "But truth is, I saw freshmen struggling to eat. I saw guys with talent dropping out because they couldn't afford tuition. I can make money anytime. I can play pro ball later. But I've got a chance now to build something that doesn't just feed me, but feeds the whole program.